Going on, guys? Josh with Accountability for All. Rolling with Chuck Bronson. So we hear something go on the scanner. They got this guy that's freaking out. Women's freaking out. They already got one in custody by the time we get here. Looks like they have almost 10 police cruisers. 10 of them. Double check the numbers for you. What's up, brother?
There was some kind of disturbance, but then a woman jumped on it, what I believe is her own car, and broke the window, and they put her in the back of the cruiser there. Everything seems to be like calmed down now. There's 10 cruisers. That
How are you guys?
But we're gonna go back because I guess there's another protest, so we're just gonna keep going.
Yeah,
I saw you coming, and I was like, we're good.
All right, man. I just wanted to make sure we heard it, that no one was getting. Be safe, guys. Awesome. So those are the guys that are working security for the protest. They came down here to make sure that no one's rights are violated. So it appears that one person broke the windshield to the car, and they have that person in custody. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cruises at the moment. It's great that people notice us, come up and try and give us info, let us know what's going on.
Did you hear my request? I need you guys to back up a couple houses.
Is he talking to us? Now we're on private property.
I know you, but I don't know. None of these motherfuckers right. I was trying to talk to you. Did you hear my request to move back? What? Did you hear my request to move out of our investigation?
We're on private property. Yeah, man.
Okay.
The 100.
I need you to move that way just a couple houses.
Right, but the 150 feet rule that you're referring to,
We're an officer.
private property is exempt.
Rule number 1 in that code, take off. Your emergency incident area. 2, we're on private property.
It doesn't have to be taken.
And private property is exempt anyway, so it's a non-discussion.
Okay.
You're wrong.
Okay.
Or the law.
That's why we stepped here, because once we're on private property, we're exempt unless the emergency happened here, which it didn't.
Yep, I sure am. Have they called you and said I wasn't? You want to attempt to go get me trespass?
You can try and solicit a trespass, but then you're just in...
It is, baby.
All right, man. Thank you.
Bother you, you didn't say a word to you. Come on, man.
Right.
Do your job.
But when you guys show up like this, it incites people to get cleared up again.
The cameras incite people to flare up, or your guns do?
Everything flared up again. Real.
I am getting ready.
I mean, what's inciting people to flare up is you coming giving us a hard time for filming. Like, we're just peaceful, man.
Where's people getting flared up because I'm here?
Why don't you protect people and not worry about us? We weren't speaking to you.
Am I not protecting anyone right now?
I mean, no, you're bothering us.
I'm not bothering. I'm not bothering.
I mean, you see all those people come up and talk to us? Like, come on, man.
If it bothers you, then I guess that's a personal opinion.
Look, you might need backup. All right, you know, do your thing. Watch us.
Bother all of us. Put 1 in the chat. 1.
There's the disconnect, guys. So he's like trying to tell us to go back there. I'm not going to do it. Why am I not going to do it? Because I'm on private property.
Personal opinion. That's impressive.
500 people's personal opinion.
So was it?
We the people's personal opinions.
Was it a personal opinion to ask me to move? Because it definitely wasn't law if I'm standing right here.
No, it wasn't a personal opinion.
Okay. So it's not a lawful order because I'm on private property. And you can't solicit a trespass from here. So, I mean, this conversation's really over.
Did you say anything about private property?
It does. It exempts private property unless the emergency has taken place on said private property. I really implore you to learn the laws you attempt to enforce.
It's not written in there.
It is.
It's just an area as defined.
Private property is exempt, man.
Show me on the actual code.
I mean, it's your job to... I mean, I already know what the code is. You don't, man.
You're making a
I mean, and you know that it's citing an old fire code. Like, it's not a... But just go back to work. It's all set.
It's not a fire code. It applies to where someone's being arrested.
Code. Emergency incident area is originally a fire
Correct.
code. Then,
Look up the definition of an emergency incident.
then that other stuff was added later.
That party is correct.
And if it's in the code book, then it's legitimate, right?
Yes, but the first part of that code, A, says tape off area.
It says if it's taped.
Exactly. Then you can do that. Then that emergency incident
No,
area
it can
is
be defined
defined.
other ways too, right?
Otherwise, it's not defined. Sidewalk's not defined. You can say don't be in the street because our cars are blocking. Whatever.
But that's assuming you know exactly where our investigation is. We have the details about it. You don't.
That's why you need to define it for us with proof.
Well, you got one in custody for broke. I mean, witnesses already filled us in on what's going on, man. Like we wouldn't be having a conversation. We would be.
Show up to quietly report.
Listen, we would not be speaking to you if you didn't come up to us. We had every intention of quietly observing until you started this.
Both.
What's that?
You can turn around and I'll get rid of them. Stupid asses. These guys got their fucking cameras on the cops. Counting cop cars, being foolish.
Being foolish, protecting people's rights, man.
No, I'm pretty sure they're protecting these guys.
Yeah, well.
These are good guys. All these.
Do you
all
watch
these
the
cops
news?
out here- Do you watch the news? You're a fucking idiot.
No, I'm
if
asking you,
watch
do
the
you
news.
watch the news?
No.
Do you watch TV?
You guys can turn around. I can handle it.
I mean, we'll protect ourselves if we need to, man.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Won't work
You
out.
better hope the cops stay for you. That was funny.
Try your best, man.
This is out of his mind.
Yeah, we don't need more fights.
Well, if his issue is us arguing, we wouldn't be if you didn't come over here, man.
People on their porches are allowed to be there. That don't have nothing to do with it. Other people are out and around in their yards. They're not saying nothing to them, and they won't. They target us. What's the difference does it make? What difference does it make if I'm standing in my sister's yard or that guy's standing in sitting on his mom's front porch?
Sister's yard?
It's none of your business either way, whoever they are.
Well, it's my business if you lie to me about something.
It's none of your business, period.
And rather, guys, just so you know, he'd rather hold down that curb. That guy just came and threatened us. So here's what's going to happen. If he makes a move on us, we're going to defend ourselves. Better believe that we have every opportunity to defend ourselves with our Second Amendment right. So you'll come talk to us for filming you, but someone threatens peaceful journalists, and you're cool with that, right? Because if it becomes unpeaceful, then we're going to protect ourselves.
I come and talk to you guys because you're hostile. You make it
We didn't say anything. I'll put it on pause for a second.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Leave it alone. It's gone. It's fucking gone.
That's some bitch ass shit, bro.
Let it go.
Some bitches, bro. You won't fuck with nobody out here, bro. Hello?
Let it go. Leave it alone. It's gone. It's not mine. He can have it.
So since you have people over here, I will move. You let me know where to go.
Just don't get involved, okay, love? I don't know what's going on myself.
So if the incident area has moved over here, then technically we would have to move. But then you got these fucking redneck bootlickers over there that their only concern is defending the police. And I paused the camera because I wanted to ask this guy. I said, hey, let me ask you a question. You know, what's your issue? He goes, well, you hate cops. You hate all cops. I said, tell me one video of mine you've seen. He goes, well, I haven't seen any of your videos. I said, so you just assume I hate cops? He goes, yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, are people across the country, have you been targeted and been, you know, hateful comments made towards you because of what's going on with other police? He says, yeah. I go, so here's the thing. It doesn't make sense to me that you're not cool with other people lumping you into a category, but you're lumping me into a category. I don't hate cops. I hate bad cops. I've met a lot of them. I've said them in multiple videos. Absolutely, brother. We got you back.
My dad a bitch, bro. I don't think nobody would go.
So here's the thing, we're civil rights activists. We go on marches everywhere. Like, you know, we're here to protect people, right? Not the cops.
I'm gonna be locked up. I'm gonna have my bond money ready, but I'm gonna be locked up because he's still getting his ass beat.
And the female officer had nothing to say to Chuck. She knew who he is. She knows he's out here just to film.
She waved and said hi.
Yeah.
And she said it's been a minute. She was like really cordial, nice. She's the sergeant.
Hey, let me ask you a question, bro. We're civil rights activists. We're civil rights activists. Like, we march, cover the protests and stuff like that. We're here to protect your rights. Do you have a problem with us out here making sure the police don't hurt anybody?
Not at all.
Because these guys down there, they have a problem, and it seems like they're fucking racist. My opinion.
Probably is. Fuck them.
But they have a problem with us being here, and they can't wait for the cops to leave so they can take care of us. Because we're out here making sure that the police don't abuse you guys. Listen, the past 3 days we've been marching with...
They gonna get beat the fuck up.
We've been marching with Black Lives Matter. I travel the country doing this shit. We want to... Our only concern is to make sure that the cops don't hurt you or target you because you look different than them.
Facts.
And then people like those folks over there, their only concern is that the police are okay. Well, I don't care. I care if the police are okay when they're beating a citizen. That doesn't make sense to me. So... Guys, you heard it from a neighbor that's here. He doesn't have a problem with us being here.
For destroying her own car.
For destroying her own car?
Her own car.
Wait, it's not her property?
It's not, but it's not in her name, so it's not considered her property.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I mean, listen, with everything, with all the tensions going on, they're not doing anything to make it better.
Not at all.
It takes a simple act of kindness, that's all.
A simple question that you'll get the answer you're looking for.
Yep, absolutely. Why not? I mean, let's give, for example, there's cops nationwide that are taking a knee with protesters, right? Josh.
Josh, what you
Accountability for all.
Accountability for all.
Or Civil Rights Channel.
Civil rights.
Hi. What's going on, man? How are you?
To make sure everything good.
Like, that's why we don't have our cameras on people's houses. They stay on the police to make sure that they're not hurting anybody.
Oh, she all right. They
You doing all right now?
Huh?
Are you doing okay?
Come on, man. Everybody else. Everybody else on the job was here.
My roommate, I was like, if seeing in here, they would be recording it too. Like, I don't see what the difference is.
Now, we're not here to support, we're here to report. Especially with everything going on in the country right now, all the tensions going on. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Sure.
We're here for one reason, to document, not to film your houses, right? We're not here to invade people's privacy. When we came up, we said nothing to the police until they came up to us. They want to lump us into a category. They say, oh, you're filming us, you hate us. I was like, well, have you had people, because of what that Minneapolis cop did, hate you? And he goes, yeah. I go, do you like that? He goes, no. He says, you're upset because you're getting lumped into a category, but you're doing the same thing to us. There's no interaction that we need. We're only here to make sure that everyone's rights are protected, to film, record, and report. We want no other interaction. You know, that's all, man. We're not here to invade your privacy. His face isn't even on camera. I already blurred it out.
Then who is that? That's James.
People just like to lump in, you know? But we're not here to fuck with your neighborhood, and if you watch my videos, you can see that We never, not once, with 300 videos, 12 million views, and 50,000 subscribers, we've not once spoken to a police officer until they've spoken to us.
Chuck Bronson?
He's Chuck Bronson, yep, he's local, and my name's Accountability for All. I'm from Boston.
From Boston?
I travel the country buildings. Like, this is my full-time job. I've been on multiple news outlets. I mean, I made the front page of Boston Herald, Washington Journal when there was a straight pride protest parade and we got arrested.
Wow.
We're not here to try and piss people off. We just want to make sure that this is your community.
Sure.
You know, you deserve to be safe here.
Sure. I guess I didn't hear. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Accountability for All. My name's Josh.
I'm Josh too, actually.
Really? Nice to meet you, brother.
Accountability for All.
And the other thing is, from where I'm from, like, I'm all tatted up. I've been through it, you know what I mean? So when people come up to me and they're like, hey, you know, you want to do something about it? My first reaction is, whatever you want to do. I'm fine with it. I'm not one of those guys that runs, but then that, you know what, I'm not here for that. I don't want to bring more drama to your neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Josh, may I ask you, out of all the states you could be in, why is it I find you in Indiana instead of, say, somewhere where I perceive there to be more rights, I guess?
Well, this trip was booked out some time ago before that incident happened. I was actually here 2 months ago in Anderson. He's the other channel's a friend of mine. Sure. It was more of like a vacation to do some work and filming. Sure. And then when the tickets were booked, obviously these riots had started. Sure. So he went to Minneapolis. I'm going to be leaving tomorrow, and I'm going to be going to Vegas where things are starting to get bad. And then we're going to try and get down to Minneapolis. But this trip was booked in advance because I figured while COVID's out there and airplane tickets are so cheap, I might as well book out as much as possible. And as far as I've seen, I was not here when everything was getting really crazy in Indianapolis, but since I've been here at some huge rallies. Everything's been peaceful, and the people of Indy have been awesome. You know, I was in Boston watching a police car burn, getting hit with tear gas. So as far as what I've seen, you know, this is a good place.
Indiana is pretty red.
We are going to stay recording. See, people like the folks with the vests that you saw that were walking around. They do they're like just regular folks, and they'll volunteer security services for both sides to make sure buildings don't get vandalized from protesters, to make sure protesters don't get hurt. And as soon as they're peaceful activists. As soon as I walked up, they came up, let me know what was going on. They recognized me. We're here just for peace. I mean, I was in Boston. 24,000 people marched. You know, Indiana is not the hub, nor are we trying to make it appear that.
I guess,
as you can see, like most folks like know us. Like, I mean, you haven't seen us, but she saw us. You know, they just want to make sure that this is their neighborhoods. And I don't want to come in here starting shit, because the important thing people need to realize is that maybe when I come, they know I'm a big channel, they know I have a camera, they know people see them, they won't want to act up. But when I leave, you're left with my weight, and we don't want to make the situation worse.
I appreciate that.
You know?
I actually... Quick response time, thank you.
Just a disturbance. You guys are good. You guys are so good.
You're fine.
Nope, you're good.
In your estimation, if I went to go talk to them, would I get beat up?
No. I'll walk over there with you. They know who I am.
Okay.
Saw you last night. You did really good.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks. You know him then? That's Chuck Bronson. I just don't want to walk near the police. I'd walk around them because they're still doing their investigation. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks, sir.
Man, you guys got to get those cooler vests instead of the flak vests if you want to survive out in this weather. All right, guys, these cops are out of here. That's the reason I stopped you today.